Welcome back to Same Skin, Different Views. It's been a long time, and we shouldn't have left you. It's been actually been a long time. So I would like to let you guys know that we are now starting anew, and we're starting fresh. And oh my God, it's time for us to get really, really PC. And you know what? We're gonna be very, very mindful of fuck that shit, nigga. We gonna talk this shit the way we were supposed to talk this shit. We gonna speak like we normally speak, and behind closed doors, whatever. It is what it is. If y'all get offended, I'm sorry you got offended. That's my apology to you. Anywho, motherfucker, we done changed up our fucking policy. We changed up our formula. It is what it is. We took some feedback from a lot of people that's been actually listening to us and everything else like that. And so we're going to run with it, see how this shit goes. Anywho, this is the big, the buff, the black, a.k.a. one nut in a sack, Yancy. All right, I'm going to pass the mic on to TJ.
Yo, this is TJ, light-skinned, berry white. I'm back at it. About to get a crack at it. Got him.
All right. Yes. And with this right here, I'm also letting y'all know we got something new coming in, and that's going to be, we got guests coming in to join us within our podcast and everything else like that. Today we have Clint.
Yo, this is Clint. I don't got a cool intro like that, but I'm just here for the lows.
All right, so this nigga's name is Clint. He got a beast wood. He gonna show you niggas how you fuck it. I fucked up. All right, it is what it is. All right, so today's subject. Shut up, hating ass nigga. All right, so today's subject is gonna.
Wait to get out of this?
No, no escape now. They done already heard your voice. They're like, ooh, I'm a little wet from that. Anyway,
you are
just a little bit. But today's topic is going to be on agenda pushing within the media. Now, what I mean by agenda pushing within the media is, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the quality of movies, the quality of TV shows, and hell, even the quality of comics have dropped drastically because of political agendas being thrown within them. And a few examples would be, you know what, I'm going to put the one out there that everyone should know, because everyone here has seen, what is it, Endgame, where my man's, or is it Endgame, or is it the one after that? What's the one after that?
Endgame was the last one.
Endgame was the last one? All right, so Endgame, that one famous scene where all the women got together, did that cringy ass pose, and had that bitch Captain Marvel get punched out the movie for the rest of the movie. Shit like that right there is just jarring, and it just doesn't feel right, doesn't feel smooth. Now, there's a lot more to go within that. So my question to you guys here, how do you guys feel about, you know, the story itself taking a backseat to politics?
Well, to be fair, I feel like I can speak for the majority of people when I say that we watch things because of a story, because we can either relate to it, we can be inspired by it, or it's entertaining, or it's cool. We don't watch something for somebody's sexual orientation or somebody's representation of a certain political group. Like that to me is stupid. Like, I'm not gonna be like, oh bro, that movie was so good because all the characters were black. Like, I'm sorry, but Black Panther was not a good movie.
Hey,
it was mediocre. It was mediocre at best. And if you replace the cast, it will not be as good. The only reason why it was praised is because it was an all-black cast. Now, don't get me wrong, the cast itself was pretty damn good, but the story and how the action was displayed, it was underwhelming as shit. Like, when I watched Black Panther, I was expecting the Black Panther from Civil War, not the Black Panther that's been tamed and pampered and all black. Like, that's no.
He got himself a house cat.
Yeah, like, bruh, like, if I wanted a pussy, I'd just pet it. Like, you know, so at the end of the day, I feel like things need to go back to the way they were, in the sense that, I mean, you can put an agenda within a story and still put the story first, but the way things are going about, the way people are going about it now, it's stupid. Like, you're putting agenda before story, so then you're looking dumbfounded when the products fail because you put agenda first, and then you're like, well, no, it's because people are hating, people are evil,
people are misogynistic.
No, people want a story. They want something to talk about, not who's represented in the story. People like Frank Castle because he was a badass, right? Because he kicked ass, not because he was white. Not because he belonged to a certain political group. The fuck? He was an anti-hero. He did what he wanted to do when he wanted to do it, and he didn't give zero fucks. And that's how we feel about forced agendas. Zero fucks. So if you want more representation, don't make it about the representation. Make it about the motherfucking story. If you make it about the story, maybe people will like it. Because you changing a character's fucking sexual orientation, gender, whatever the fuck you want to call it, out of nowhere with no background, no lead up, and then you expect people to be like, oh my god, yeah, like I love it. No, like what? Like a perfect example for me would be making Wolverine gay. So like he just woke up one day and was like, yo, Scott is fine, I want that dick. Like
he woke up like this.
No, like, so what made him gay? This man's was head over heels for Jean Grey.
A couple of Asian bitches.
Yeah, and for God knows how long, and then all of a sudden, this political agenda movement keeps coming in, and it's like, oh, you know what? Let's change it just so we can get more representation.
Hey, just for the record, he was fucking both Gene and Scott. All right.
I'm sorry. Throughout every adventure I've seen, throughout every adventure I've read about, I didn't see, hear, or read about him wanting to take some dick.
Wait till you read that. You know what? I'm gonna put the comic up for you so you can see. My man.
Definitely some sexual tension with Cyclops. That wasn't the only one-eyed thing he was trying to do.
Look, all I'm saying is this: agenda should not be put before story. Period. If you want shit to succeed, then you need to put story first. End of discussion. I don't care how much representation you want. I don't care what you're trying to do or put a spin on a new character. If it doesn't make sense, people aren't going to like it. That's just my spiel.
What about you, Clint? How do you feel about fucking that agenda shit inside of fucking side of our fucking entertainment?
I mean, he pretty much nailed it on every level. I mean, I don't have any bias for the character I'm watching. If the character is a badass, relatable, something I can get behind, something that says either can, not like that, something that either, you know, inspires you, something that you can relate to, and if you can't relate to it, something that's just speaks to you on some kind of level. I mean, that's what we all go to the movies for. That's what we play video games for. That's what we listen to music for. You know, a lot of us drive to our 9-to-5s, listen to gangster rap about shooting people and selling drugs. You know, it doesn't mean that you are limiting yourself to liking only one culture, only one race, only one sexual orientation because you like a certain movie franchise, a certain music, a certain video game series, etc. So why should that try to be forced on you for trying to like your music, your movies, your video games? I mean, that's supposed to be the escape that you get into, that you can relate to, that makes your life feel better, not someone else trying to just make your opinions their opinions.
Or make their opinion yours, right?
Yeah, make your opinions their opinions. Like, they're trying to match up everything because they feel like they need to be more included. Then don't make, if you want more gay representation or etc., don't make a character that's sole trait is being gay. Make a cool character that you can relate to that happens to be gay.
Ooh, yes. I fucking say that shit all the damn time.
And I mean, maybe it'll be a little uncomfortable for some people at first, but if you make the character relatable and likable in other ways, and they'll make his whole identity about the one thing you're trying to push, maybe more people will come over and start seeing that as an acceptable piece of media, and not just the people that absorb it to be absorbing something that's politically correct, or someone who's rejecting it because they feel like they're having something forced upon them. I mean, that's just my take. I'll pass it back.
Nah, you ain't wrong at all, though, because, like, I sit here and I fucking think about this shit. And it's become a really, really terrible thing, especially when I sit here and I read some of these books and whatnot that I have to go through and edit, these stories and whatnot I have to go through and edit. I have to send so many stories back to, the author, or, send it back to the drawing board, just because of the simple fact of the matter is that they have some underlying agenda that's taken over the entirety of the story. And it's just like, dude, I don't want to read 2 to 3 pages of you man bashing because you just happen to have tits and ovaries. And it's just why. So one of these things or whatnot that I wanted to also address with this whole agenda pushing within the media and everything else like that is, well, this may sound a little homophobic, but it is what it is. I don't have a single problem with gay people or whatever. However, I don't think that fucking children's cartoons should have a lot of gay shit in them. And the reason why I say that is basically because it's one of those things where overwhelming majority of stuff out there now is showing out to be on some real sus shit. And I don't think kids need to be exposed to sexuality and fucking transgenderism and all this other bullshit before they even fucking drop their balls or get their period.
I'll definitely jump on this one. Just nothing that's for children needs to be overtly sexual. If you look at the cartoons that were going on back in the day, they had sexual innuendo in them that adults got that the parents would get that would make them chuckle to themselves, that was innuendoed and hidden enough that no kid got at the time. I mean, we go back and watch that shit as adults, and we're like, what the fuck?
They got away with this?
Oh, shit. But none of us were like, damn, they fucking for real at the time. I mean, maybe here and there, but for the vast majority, it wasn't just like, oh, damn, for real, they getting it in. It was hidden. It was tongue-in-cheek. It was fun. It was fun for the kids for one reason. It was fun for the adults for another reason. It wasn't purely based on trying to push that someone was in a relationship with someone. I mean, and then you turn around, Nickelodeon has full-on trannies doing their intros and stuff that's geared toward kids. I mean, if they want to make their decisions, let them make their decisions, but nothing should be that overtly sexual directed toward kids. I'll pass it
on. I mean, yeah, they pretty much nailed it. It's like, a kid is a kid. A kid is not old enough or mature enough to either comprehend certain things or even make their own decisions, right? So political agendas being pushed in cartoons and media directed towards kids so that they can lean towards a certain way when they get older, I think that's highly unnecessary. A kid should be a kid. A kid should be playful, innocent, and untainted. You know what I'm saying? Like, they shouldn't deal with this shit. Big Buff and Black said earlier when he was like, yo, like, they haven't even hit puberty yet. So, I mean, like, can they at least experience what it's like to be what they are, whether that's a boy or a girl? Because to me, there's no in between before the age of 18. So, with that being said, when you hit 18, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. Whether you want to change yourself to fit a certain crowd, whether you feel like you weren't born the right gender, whatever. I don't care. But from the age till they come out the womb until 18, nothing should be pushed upon them, period. If you support that, I think you should definitely reconsider.
So like you had some most of your tongue there.
No, because when it comes to kids, man, it's like, dude, like, leave them alone. Like, that shit pisses me off, man. Kids are already coming into a world that's not even, really
getting too much information too fast.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You can access information with the fucking touch of a button. And, kids are nosy. They're very fucking nosy, they're very curious. So, with that being said, it's like, come on now. Those same people that are for these kids being introduced to that are the same people that are like, protect my kids from everything violent. But you're not protecting your kids from everything sexual, are you? No, because you're influencing that. So I think you need to reevaluate what you're trying to protect people from. Like this one girl in this YouTube video, whatever. She was like, "Yeah, so I'm reading my kid."
Oh God, this bitch! I have a white
How to
son.
Be a white knight, and like what? Like
she brought consent.
Can we read a kickball story? Can we ABCs? Like, are you serious?
Hey,
Like,
Clint, have you seen that video?
No, I haven't.
Oh, dude, this fucking white girl is out there talking. So I have a white male son, and I'm going to show him all these books on how to be a proper man
and not to use his privilege.
and not to exactly. And she goes off to read off these fucking bullshit children books, which I will never understand how the fuck these got published. About consent is you got to say yes for consent and so on and so forth. It's like, bruh, your baby is less than a year old. What are you talking to your baby about consent for? Your baby ain't fucking that 1 year. Are you trying to rape your baby?
I swear.
You looking at your
to jump on board. I mean, I know we're a little bit behind, but like, man, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a truck driver. I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and you know, both those things are very necessary. No disrespect to anyone that's your occupation. I'm jealous of you fighter pilots out there because I wouldn't be able to do that for sure. But once I hit 18, I was like, you know what? I really don't want to drive 20 hours a day and piss in a jug, and I really don't want to go and bomb people that I have no decision of who I'm pressing the button on. You know, those are fantasies that seem cool when you're a kid, but once you grow up, you're like, oh fuck, man, like maybe I should find something else to do. So, I mean, if something that simple is going on, if you're 5 or 6 and you're like, damn, I really want to chop my dick off, like you might not know what you're talking about for the rest of your life yet. If I was gearing toward those occupations and then decide to change my mind and then change my mind again, you know, I'm happy if I had said something like that no one would have taken me seriously, because at that age you don't fully know what you want. You're experiencing a lot, especially in this day and age with all the information coming at you so fast. You'll see one thing. Kids adapt personalities in half a second to the coolest character they saw on a show. So you're telling me they can't see one thing that will push them into thinking that's the cool, hip thing to do, and then they make a decision that harms them for the rest of their life.
Fucking, oh yeah, you know, I was doing this and then I wanted to chop my dick off.
I mean, I see shit that's like, my 8-year-old is a transgender at heart. I'm going to try and raise money for their surgery. I'm like, you know what? Revisit this in a few years. I mean, at least let them hit puberty first and see if they feel the same way.
I don't think that 8-year-old had the mentality and the maturity to be like, yeah, Mom, I've always wanted to be transgender. Really? Okay, cool. We'll support it. No.
My whole thing, you're a failure as a fucking parent if you're out here letting your prepubescent child decide what the fuck's going on. Speaking of which, this is way the fuck off subject. We derailed, but fuck it. It is what it is. Since when the fuck do kids make the decisions in the fucking household? I'm sorry. When I was growing up, it wasn't, oh, Yancy, what do you want to eat? Or nothing like that. It was, all right, we having this. But, Mommy, I want McDonald's. And you know what the response was?
Shut the fuck up.
No. I mean, yes, but no. The other response is, we got McDonald's at the house. And McDonald's at the house was never McDonald's. So I was what the fuck she cooked. My whole thing is, why the fuck are kids getting to fucking decide what the fuck is going on inside the house?
I ain't decide shit.
well, no, I don't think it's necessarily the kids deciding it. I think it's the parents having the agenda for their kids, and then they frame it like the kid wanted it. It's like, oh, you know what? I want to raise a transgender child.
Holy shit.
So I'm going to show my child what it means to be transgender, and then convince them, and then tell the audience and the whole world that they wanted it from that point on.
That's a good point.
You know what's bad?
What?
I actually know a woman that is like that, who wasn't gonna have any kids of her own, but legit hoped and prayed that her nephew was gay, and if he wasn't gay, she was gonna do what she can to make them gay. So she wanted the gay nephew.
You know, thinking about it, this isn't that far off topic in the long run, because this comes on to agenda pushing in the media, to where they're trying to force through, you know, a certain idea instead of telling a story. So that's what people see becoming popular. in the media of who's famous. Everyone wants to be famous. Everyone wants their 15 minutes of fame. Everyone wants to be rich and get out of the 9-to-5 grind. Everyone wants to be different. There's so many people in this world that can share their story so quickly that everyone's trying to be different. And that's the new way to be different. That's a new way to stand out from what media is pushing to us. So jumping on piggyback on what you guys are talking about, they want their 15 minutes of fame by trying to push through their social media what they're doing with their kids so that they can stand out and be different. That's a very good point. It's something they're doing for themselves as well, to try and stand out and be unique and be cool. And they're trying to fit in an idea that's being pushed on them the same way that their kids getting sucked into it from what they're seeing. And it's almost like it's none of their ideas at all. It's all just being put in. It's what's trying to be hip, what's trying to be cool, so they can have their 15 minutes of fame.
And you know what I also realized? I realized this too. It's like, it's easier to manipulate children rather than adults, because adults already have an understanding and an experience of what life is to them, and they already have their opinions. And most people are set in their ways when it comes to their opinions, right? So it's kind of hard to get someone to your side that already has a difference of opinion, that already has a different experience. So in order to build your foundation, to build your base, you need to get someone who can easily be molded, which is children, right? And people flock to children. People love children. So it's like...
Hey, more than one way, apparently.
Oh, hell no. No, hell no. Anyway.
No, the reason why I say that is because, at one point in time, they were trying to make pedophilia sexuality.
Yeah, no.
That's not going. That's going to derail it.
That's a whole nother podcast, right?
Well, I mean, technically, there was that fucking movie on Netflix. I forget what the fuck it was called, like Minis or some shit like that, with a little girl twerking, little 9-year-old twerk squad.
Yeah.
Oh hell no!
Cuties, that's what it was called.
Cuties.
Hell no. That was on Netflix?
Yeah, it's a French film. It's a little fucking prepubescent girl twerk squad.
Oh hell no!
Go fucking figure, right? Oh yeah, we're talking about dance. We're talking about dancing. But before we go too far, I got a question for y'all, right? Within all these movies and shit like that, have you guys noticed that it feels as if they've just been checking off boxes? And what I mean by that is, it's almost like they have to have a quota for a specific type of characters now. So you gotta have a black man, you gotta have a gay person, so on and so forth. But have you guys noticed that it's typically the black man that's gay in some of every fucking thing?
Well, I mean, I don't watch a lot of stuff where the black man ends up being gay. I watch a lot of action, suspense,
You ever watch True Blood?
That just got real bad real quick. So that's neither here nor there. I like fantasy, but that was just, ooh.
All right. We'll even go back to the cartoon joint. What the fuck is it? Young Justice. How Aquaman started off being straight. Well, Aqualad started off being straight, the black dude. And then all of a sudden in the second season, he's gay as fuck for his gay best friend buddy.
Yeah, no, I thought that was definitely forced. Like I said, when you're changing a character, if there's no lead up, if there's no reason as to why you're changing it and the lead up to the change, then I can't comprehend it. I think it's stupid and it shouldn't be in there and it's forced. And then,
well, was it really forced? I mean, them two, they were competing over a girl. I guess somehow, some way, in the middle of competing, one of them said, "I bet you my dick is bigger than yours," and the other said, "Mine is bigger." And they both pulled it out, and it's like, "I bet you I can fuck better. I bet you I can fuck better." And they took a chance fucking each other.
Okay, see, I love how you live in this fantasy world of yours, because that's not how that works. I'm sorry.
You justified that right now. Makes me a little bit concerned.
Yeah.
That's probably what happened. We don't fucking know.
I mean, yeah, we don't know, and that's what I'm saying. There needs to be evidence to support that choice. You know what I'm saying? Like, if there's no evidence to support that choice, then I'm gonna just be like, what the fuck? That just came out of nowhere. Like,
so like the Avatar chorus shit, how at the end of the day, fucking this one dude made both girls gay for each other.
Well, no,
He just had bad dick. That's a different story.
I don't know. I think there was a lot of disappointment surrounding that whole series. But
the only good season was the third season. Like nothing else was good.
I still have yet to watch it, but I'm not going to watch it just based upon the way that the story was written later on. So again, the story. Wait. That's why I wanted to watch something, because of the fucking story, not because a certain character was gay. I heard Korra was gay, whatever, before I even bothered to attempt to watch it. But that's not why I wanted to watch it, though. I wanted to watch it.
You wanted to watch it because of Aang, nigga. Get it straight.
Yeah, because he was a badass. Like the Avatar, right? And it's funny, too. A perfect example of something that fit with all their check boxes and that wasn't forced was this show. It's not animated, but it's a show called How to Get Away with Murder, where it had every single representation to every single group. It was not forced.
You had a tranny?
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
And, you know, the story was so well written and the characters were so likable. And one of the best characters on the show was named Connor, and he just so happened to be gay. It wasn't because he was gay. You know what I'm saying? So, with that being said, there are good examples of what agenda pushing should do. But if you make it about the representation and not the story, then it's going to fail regardless. And then, on top of that, what I hate most is that this need to change everything old just to fit the new image. Like, why not come up with your own shit and see if people like it versus changing what's already there? Because, again, adults are grown, they came up, they've experienced, they're set in their ways. So when you mess with their childhood, you're not only going to receive a negative response, but then when you change it to where it doesn't make sense and it doesn't fit anything that they grew up with, it's not going to connect, you know. And then you're constantly doing it, and then you wonder why shit is failing. You wonder why these comics aren't selling. You wonder why these movies are flopping.
I wonder why, you know, the Japanese has it right while we as Americans have it wrong when it comes down to our media.
I mean, yeah, hence the PlayStation, but you know, that's another conversation.
Hey, suck a dick.
They also got tentacles in Schoolgirls, so we're not gonna fully accept that.
You're not wrong about that.
The answer has some flaws.
I mean, well, that's to accommodate the weird people. Come on now, let's be real. Everything has a niche, and then you know it's niche, you know. But that's not being publicized in the media. I mean, like we're not sitting here talking about that anime with the tentacles now, are we?
No,
I have.
You're weird.
No, you mean tell me right here.
Yeah,
name one motherfucker in this room that has never seen tentacle porn. If you say you haven't seen tentacle porn, you're a lying son of a bitch.
Okay, but what I'm saying to you is this: tentacle porn isn't advertised the first thing you open the internet. It's like, ooh, let me look at porn, and then the first thing you see is tentacles. No, that's not it.
Well, if that's all you've been browsing, maybe it could be your first thing.
I will say, if I say Japanese porn right now, what's the first thing that comes to everyone's mind? Everyone jumps to tentacle porn.
No, when I say Japanese porn, the first thing that comes to mind
censors.
is blurred fucking
But if you
pussies.
think of animated Japanese porn, hentai.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you think about tentacles.
Something tentacle is going to jump in your mind. So it's not publicized. It's there.
Well, I mean, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Dude. All
I
I think about
this. That's my fault.
Chicks with big tits that's censored. That's what I think about. I don't watch the tentacle shit.
What fucking Japanese bitches you be following that got big tits? Every single one of them bitches I see, they got, you know, bee stings and shit like that.
Well, I think not too long ago there was like this whole, you know, pushback on how anime or how women being objectified with the big tits and you know, voluptuous curvaceous bodies and shit, and that's not how women are built or whatever.
Just the fuck it is.
And well, certain groups of women, obviously.
Listen, if you look like a fucking sack of potatoes or the inside of a fucking lava lamp, you need to work in your own goddamn body. Don't be fucking getting mad at bitches with a sexy body.
But see, let me be devil's advocate. Why do that when you can just try to change the standard?
Well, see, here's the reason why you do that. Because at the end of the day, you want to get yourself a man, you want to get yourself a husband. That's why you do that shit.
Yeah, but see, here's the thing. I feel like I haven't dated every single girl in the world. I have not talked to every single girl in the world, and I have not fucked every single girl in the world. And I have a dick and balls, so I don't think like a girl. But based off of conversations, based off of what I've seen, I think women have this standard of, I am how I am, and if you don't love me for it, then fuck you, and you need to change your mindset, and I don't need to change at all, right? See, it's good to love yourself, it's good to have self-love, but at the end of the day, not everyone's going to love how you appear, you know what I'm saying? No. So if you want a certain crowd, if you want a certain type of person to be attracted to you, you might have to change yourself. They shouldn't have their will bent to find some way to be attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need to accommodate to what you want. You can't have unrealistic expectations.
Nigga.
And not work for them.
Yeah, let me explain something real quick, right? They can sit here and be like, I am what I am. Take me as I am. I get this, I get that, so on and so forth, right? But at the end of the day, all they gonna have is some sort of furry friend, possibly a battery-operated toy, a glass of wine, and themselves. They ain't gonna have shit for real, if they ain't willing to fucking connect. You know what? That's completely different. I'm talking about something completely different. We gotta get back on subject here.
Bring up the next question.
All right. So, with that being that, how do you guys feel about race swapping when it comes down to certain characters within, things? How do you guys feel? Because me personally, if I don't know jack shit about what's going on, like, I might sit there and enjoy it because I don't know the origins of it or whatnot. But if I know the origins of it, I might get upset. So, for instance, where I don't know the origins, like Wild Wild West. I didn't know that the dude that Will Smith was playing was supposed to be a white dude. Shit was fucking... I thought it was a pretty good movie. That's just me. However, what do you call that shit? The Dark Tower with Idris Elba. I was pretty upset about the fact of the matter is that, you had a character who was described as Clint Eastwood, but playing as some tall black nigga. Or in fact, James Bond. I don't want to see a black James Bond. That's just me.
I'll jump right on board on this. Definitely. I feel the same about Wild Wild West. Like, same thing. I didn't know anything about that character going into that movie, so it was not an established character for the masses. There might have been a following to it that was disappointed, but it wasn't something that was fully established, had a huge fan base that that would absolutely shake everything to its core. Very, very simple. Like, no one wants to see a white Blade or a black Indiana Jones. And I love both those characters. Like, I have nothing against either one of them. It's not like, I only like white characters. Indiana Jones is my favorite. No. Blade, yeah, Kitty. Oh God, that's cool. Anyway, Blade was one of my favorite series growing up, and Wesley Snipes is about as black as it gets. Let's all be real.
Darknesses.
I don't want to see a white Blade. I don't want to see an albino person trying to play Blade being white as shit, just shining in the daylight when he's supposed to be able to walk in the sun.
Was he sparkling like a fucking Twilight fairy?
Like fucking Twilight and some bullshit. I want to see like a Wesley Snipes Blade. I want to see a badass Blade that matches exactly with the comic books. When I see Indiana Jones, I want to see fucking Harrison Ford. I want to see, that character. Same as the Big Buff and Black said. I want to see fucking British James Bond. Like, we're going towards a black female James Bond that he's handing the torch off to a black female, from what I've heard.
It's like,
purely for pandering, in my opinion. They did not need to hand off the 007 title to this person. They could have made it about a different agent in the same agency, established her backstory as a 00 whatever. The 00 title is supposed to be the license to kill. And I mean, we've seen 006 and I believe GoldenEye, but we haven't seen any of the other 00s. It could have been any one of those. I mean, we could be in 0012 by now.
Dude, that actually would be pretty cool, though. Just know that 007 somewhere out there in that universe.
That 007 somewhere out there in the universe is the most badass one that these look up to. And it's another one of that same spy sec and the shit that they get up to. Like, that'd be badass. Like, I would accept a black female lead in that position. I'd have no problems with it. If she was badass as James Bond in that same universe, but not trying to take up the mantle purely to push an agenda of who they want to be that character, but establishing a new character in and for herself, hell yeah, I'd watch that.
Damn. Like, I'm sitting there thinking about that would actually be fucking cool, though.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that I was pretty annoyed when I wanted to watch Teen Titans, the live action.
Oh my god!
And Starfire, who is an orange alien, sexy as hell, is played by some black chick dressed up as a hooker. I think her name's Anna Drop or whatever. I'm just like, why? First of all, it doesn't even look like Starfire. Secondly, the appeal is non-existent.
So you're wrong about that because she had weave in her head. So Starfire obviously has weave in her head.
No. That's not how that works. No. So my thing is this, like, I mean, obviously, if you have any background on any character and it's played by a different skin tone, you're gonna have some skepticism, right? But at the end of the day, as long as you stick to the character's attributes, as long as you make the character the actual character and the only difference is the skin tone, I mean, then it could come out well. Like they were saying about Wild West. I didn't know that shit.
I was gonna say Deadpool Domino, wasn't too bad. Like,
yeah, okay, that's a perfect representation.
I
I mean, it doesn't help that she's like sexy as fuck, but
let's jump on Trish on the Witcher series.
Oh my fucking god! Isn't she blonde in that series?
She is a redhead in the series. She looks like a big-titted, like sexy.
No, I'm talking about. I know inside the books, inside the game, she's red. I'm talking about inside the movies, the Netflix adaptation.
No.
So she's not blonde inside the Netflix adaptation.
No, they made her black.
What?
Wait,
Wait, time the fuck out. What?
Yeah.
So a red-headed white bitch with fat titties, nice hips. That girl goes inside. Give me that pussy, bitch. Give it to me. And
oh my god,
you telling me right here, right now, she's black, so he can't say "give me that pussy, bitch."
I mean, he can still say that, but it's not. It does not match up with the character. Like,
so she's
Yennefer's character has a backstory made up, and gives her backstory of why she looks so fine and everything, and she's pretty close to the game. But Trish comes in, and I didn't know it was Trish until
it was
they
too
started
late.
talking to me. Like, I was like, this is confusing the shit out of me. This is not what I was expecting.
Wait. Time to fuck out. So you mean to tell me that you want me to accept that there's black people way out in that far off fucking country where there's nothing but white people? That's what you want me to do? Like, unless there's a black dude coming in on a boat and they are specifically, there as foreigners, how the fuck does that work?
It doesn't work.
Because, like, last I checked, Trish was up in there, like high status and all that good shit.
Oh, so did they change her in the actual TV series or in the game
That's who they put.
Why the fuck she look like that girl from Friends?
Oh, that's Trish.
That's Trish.
That's not Trish, nigga. Like, that's not
Trish.
Trish. Yo, first things first, yo. Alright, so first things first. One, she looks old as fuck. Gerald wouldn't hit that. Two, that butt chin got her looking all the way the fuck up. Three, she looked like old girl. Like, she looked like old. What's that girl from Girlfriend? She like old girl from Girlfriend.
I'm
Yo.
dead serious.
I don't understand how the fuck that.
No disrespect Lynn like that, bruh.
Who's Lynn?
Lynn look better.
Which one is Lynn?
The light skinned one, nigga.
The old looking bitch.
Not the old. No, that's
this is what
Diana.
Diana. That's not Diana Ross, nigga.
Not Diana Ross.
That's neither here nor there.
But no.
Like,
I mean, she still look better than her, but
once again, that felt forced and weird. There was an established character I was expecting to see popping up, and that's not to say that I don't find black women, Latina women, it's not that I'm saying only white women are sexy when they're redheads with big tits. Like, nah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that was the character that was established from every piece of media I consumed, and a new direction was thrown at me and derailed my immersion in the show because I felt like that wasn't the character that I was expecting it to be. I was expecting to see a live action version of a character that was in a show, in a video game that I had enjoyed for years, to the point that I had to actually watch it a couple times and hear it said a couple times to know that that's who it was supposed to be portraying. It didn't make any sense to me. And I'm not saying that just because the character was supposed to be sexy, she can't be black. Like, hell no, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it didn't fit what the piece of media had set for me previously, and so it felt forced. It felt like they were pushing an agenda.
All right, here we go.
Well, hold on first. Let me play devil's advocate here, please. Well, let's just say that this character was the former representation of what it should have been, right? It's hard to find an actor or actress that might meet that character's, appearance. So I guess you have to go with what you work with.
Nigga, makeup. If Martin could be fucking Big Mama and Eddie Murphy could play damn near every character in his fucking movies, then they could figure out how to fucking make a redheaded big titty bitch.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm just saying that could be one of the reasons. I don't know.
All right, I got another question for you. You've seen Deadpool 2, right? Right, Clint?
Yes.
So, would you fuck Domino? The black chick with the afro.
Bro.
Yeah.
Pregnant on
You
site.
fuck her?
Yeah.
She's black though. You sure you would fuck her?
Oh yeah.
She's super sexy. Out there.
All right. Would you fuck her before you fuck Scarlett Johansson?
Yes.
Yeah, I would. I would. Definitely.
Hell yeah.
And it's all about attractiveness, not just because she's light skinned.
All right, so check this out, right? I don't know if you guys actually follow this and whatnot, but Netflix, they got the show out there.
I'm just saying they could have pulled up.
God damn them titties! I mean, yeah.
They could have pulled Lilith Lust up from the porn circuit to play.
No one would complain.
Trish.
And then that actually make a real good sex scene.
Yeah, but the acting though, the quality.
Oh my god.
What I'm saying though is we weren't talking about an appearance that was completely out of realm, that there's someone in the world that looks like that. We're not saying it's a completely computer generated image. Like, there is someone who could fit what that's supposed to be.
You said her name's Lilith Lust?
Yeah, I'm just saying. Like,
how old are her videos?
we're not getting into that. It was the only point that was brought up was to show that there was a human being that would fit. Would you guys agree with me that she would fit if they dressed her up like Trish?
Yes.
If she fit the aesthetic of what that character was supposed to look like.
I'd fit inside of her.
Yeah, I mean.
All right, let me see now. Hang on one second.
Stop looking it up while we're doing this. Come on, man.
I'm sorry, man. I want to forget if I don't put this shit in my phone right now. Lilith Lust.
Bro, we trying to do a podcast, not find favorite porn stars.
Shut
Come
up.
on now.
I'm just saying.
I'm watching a couple of these videos later.
I just happen to
Actually,
know a
send that to me
name
later,
that
too.
fit in that category. So the point I was making was it wasn't outside the realm of possibilities to find someone who had a similar aesthetic. Acting quality aside, you would probably not want to use her. I mean, maybe
I don't know. You know how
I mean,
she
if she has a few lines, I mean,
if she has a few lines, I mean, the acting that was done in the show in Trish's character wasn't the best either. So I mean,
I can see
she's
it, right?
obviously famous for a reason.
if she matched the character and also couldn't act, it would be one thing. But
Oh, Geralt, I'm here for you.
She definitely had the crazy sex drive that Trish was supposed to have. But outside that, I was about to turn Witcher into a porno on Netflix. You're welcome, everyone. As soon as the producers hear this and make this real, you're welcome. But
Hey, season 2 need to hurry up though.
Shit.
But that's the point I'm making, is that there's someone, and that can fit both ways. I'm sure there's characters that could be better represented by a certain actor of any race or gender that would fit with what the storyline would be, other than what was forced into it. I don't have examples off the top of my head, but that's just where I'm coming from. That's
Starfire could have been painted orange. She didn't have to be a black character.
I wouldn't mind a Latina
they
Starfire.
do Oompa Loompas. They could do her fucking orange.
that would actually fit
put
proper.
some tits on it, and there you go.
That would actually fit way proper too. So I don't know if you guys follow this or whatnot, but they've actually released He-Man, right?
Trash.
So you guys know how Prince Dude, whatever the
Can't say that word.
shut up. I didn't mean to. Anyway, you know how Prince blonde hair, I'm a rape a nigga, big and buff ass nigga, right? The nigga that plays He-Man.
Yes.
What's his fucking
yes.
name? It's Prince what?
I don't know.
Fuck
I
you
just
guys.
know him as He-Man.
All right, so we got He-Man and we got Grayskull. They're pretty much one and the same, whatever. They're both fucking big, buff, blonde-haired, blue-eyed niggas, right? And I can't help but notice that they made Grayskull black as shit, and they race swapped Grayskull and started making him on some woke shit. Now, that's neither here nor there. What I'm getting at is this right here. Do you know that they actually did pretty fucking terrible because, well, as the age-old saying goes, go woke, go broke, right? So are you guys surprised that pretty much comics are tanking, movies are turning shit, and to the point where no one wants to fucking watch them, and kids are being indoctrinated to be a little...
I mean, it goes back to what I was saying earlier in a sense that you're trying to change what's already been set in stone. You're trying to change what's already built a fan base and made money into your agenda. And when you do that, you're not only shitting on what's already been made, but you're basically saying, hey, you know what? We're not going to make our own shit. We're just going to make your shit our shit until we can't understand why we're not failing. Like, it's like, my thing is, I like I said, if you want an agenda being pushed, I mean, yeah, I guess it's easier just to use what's already, been made and whatnot. But I mean, if you're hoping for success, make your own shit. Why do you ruin what's already, like, what a lot of people love and then expect them to love it just because you changed it, but you're using that as, your way of getting them to view it? I mean, obviously, if you're not making shit good enough, then you need to reevaluate what you're trying to do. But, like, hell no, making our old cartoons we grew up on, fitting your agenda. Every single cartoon that had been remade in their image has failed. Period. And I'm sorry, this might be an unpopular opinion, but Teen Titans Go is trash.
Where the fuck did this come from? Where the fuck
I had to say something, bro.
I'll stand up on board that shit is trash.
Where the fuck did this come from?
Like I said, man, who wants to watch Friday with an all-white cast based in Seattle?
Dog,
shit.
I'd watch that. I'd fucking watch that.
No, I wouldn't.
Instead of a Glock in his drawer, he was just gonna throw a dildo at Debo.
Can't Debo at least still be black?
No, Debo has to be white too. He has to be a cockeyed white dude, looking like the fucking. I'm gonna call him George. I'm gonna pet him and love him and call him.
Oh my fucking god! He's gonna
fucking
fucking snap that fucking of mice and men.
Mice and Men, yeah, he gotta be looking like that shit. Like, it's gotta be all white cast, based in Seattle. I mean, they all still be high because it's fucking Seattle, but that'd be the most boring fucking shit movie.
That's like Half Baked without Dave Chappelle.
No one wants to see that shit.
No fucking goodness, man. But
you swear up and down people want to see it, and if they don't want to see it, they're the evil trash, evil misogynistic,
Ayo.
toxic trash.
She got a tattoo on her pussy, yo.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they got a little triangle tattoo on her pussy.
Yeah.
That'd be nice as hell. God damn. I didn't look up Lilith Lust. I did not look her up.
Of course you did.
I did not see what her pussy looks like.
He was talking about the neighbor's cat.
That's exactly what I was talking about. It's a triangle inside the neighbor's cat.
The triangle tattoo is the tracking tattoo from the vet that they put next to the microchip so they can find it to scan it.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is.
That's why you said it was under the pussy.
Yeah.
By the microchip. They do that little tattoo, like little barcode shit.
Yeah. They make sure everything's good. Everything's good.
No one wants to lose their cat, people.
So before we go ahead and call it quits, I would like to come up with a couple of examples of agenda pushing done right, because we derailed so many fucking times. And I want to hear what you guys have to say before I drop mine. No?
Let's hear your take on it.
X-Men, the best agenda pushing media that I've ever consumed in my fucking life. There was so much shit going on with fucking X-Men. And you know what? All that agenda pushing shit was right in your fucking face, but it's always took a backseat to the story.
What are you talking about? X-Men what? Are you talking about the live action movie?
No, I'm talking about the old school cartoons. I'm not talking about that bullshit.
Oh,
I'm
because
talking
I was
those
about to say,
trash-ass niggas.
all the live actions were trash. So,
hey, I still.
All right. Throw an example out to me because I'm a little rusty on that.
All right, so for instance, right?
I mean, I know of them. I just,
You can-
it's
you
been
can-
a-
you
are you talking about evolution or are you talking about?
I'm not even just talking about it. I'm talking about the old school X-Men cartoons where
Oh yeah.
that one.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So-
no, that shit was fire.
If you know, you know.
That shit was fire.
So pretty much what it really boils down to, they dealt with so much bullshit within that show. You can go to racism, fucking judging people based off their appearances to the point where they're being hunted down for being different, so on and so forth, right? And it literally gets to the point where, you know, you can take that shit and correlate it with things that was going on in society, especially around that time and times beforehand, right? But at the same time, they offer solutions. They offer this, that, and the third to the issue. Whereas nowadays, it's, okay, this is the issue. We're not going to offer any solutions. Deal with it.
I mean, Magneto, who was trying to force everyone to accept those that were different, was the bad guy in that series. So, I mean... But at the same time, they weren't trying to say that the people that were different shouldn't exist on the good guy series. So I see what you're saying. It was trying to find a middle ground where they could coexist together rather than forcing one or the other. I mean, Magneto was the bad guy for trying to force what was different, and the anti-mutant agencies
We're also the bad
for trying to exterminate people who are just trying to live their lives, albeit they were different than the status quo. So yeah, with that up front, yeah, I can definitely agree that paints a picture of an agenda in a way that was done right, where the story came first for what was going on. It made sense. It didn't point out one single group of people, rather accepting a whole group of different people as a whole. So yeah, I can jump on board with that.
Now, you know what's crazy about that, everything you just said? While all that shit is going on, it takes the time to develop his characters and go into what's going on within the character's life. While all that shit is, like, all that shit happens. It fucking happens. But the fact that the story didn't revolve around the hatred and whatever. The story revolved around this is this character.
Awesome the characters are.
Yeah.
It revolved around how awesome the characters that were different than the normal people actually were. How many different things they could do. It made them the heroes without focusing on that, even though that was in the background. Yeah, I can definitely see where you're coming from on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's come up with some new examples because I'm not sure everyone listening would know what we're talking about.
Underworld. Strong.
Perfect.
Strong
Perfect.
lead.
Perfect.
Strong female lead. Right then and there.
If they made an Underworld with a man, I'd be mad as fuck. I mean, who doesn't want to see a hot ass, badass vampire bitch just killing people? Like, that was a strong female lead. I mean, let's start jumping back, man. That just awoke a whole thing of memories. Let's just jump back to how, you know, Lara Croft, one of the original gun-toting badasses in video games.
She has all these movies.
She was a bad bitch.
Hell yeah.
And I played those games. And you know what? I was playing as a strong female lead. I didn't think I was being forced to play as a female.
That's because you were shooting dinosaurs in the head with your twin glocks.
They were twin Desert Eagles at that point.
Yeah, twin eagles. You're right.
I couldn't handle twin eagles like that right now. So, you know what? I give her props for that, but I'm just saying that was putting out something that wasn't really being done with a female lead, that was done in a way that we weren't thinking about it being purely a female lead. We were thinking about it being a fun game, she being a badass, and happened to be female. It wasn't that a badass role was forced upon a female. She wanted to be a badass, and that's why we accepted it.
Hell yeah. Come on. Come up with an example now.
I jumped on yours.
I did say Salt. I mean, that's another movie Angelina Jolie was in. And she played the main protagonist, and she was fucking amazing. And it's funny, too, because all these other movies followed in her image.
I don't know, Aeon Flux was fun.
Yeah, Ultraviolet. You have
I was gonna say Ultraviolet. Now you stole mine. Fuck.
You know, there's all these female assassin movies. I mean, Black Widow currently.
No.
No. I'm not saying. Look. Hold on. Her as a character, yes.
No.
But you, why not?
ScarJo is garbage as Black Widow.
No, he said.
I just said her as a character.
Oh,
not Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, okay.
Oh, God.
Shut up.
But even still, like, there are female Wonder Woman, for example. There are female leads that are amazing to watch because they are awesome, not because they are women. That's the difference.
Women.
When you make it about being a woman, when you make it about being different, when you make it about being gay, it's stupid because no one cares. I don't care how many dicks you've sucked. I don't care if you want to be both. I don't care if you think all men are trash. I don't give a flying fuck. Neither does anyone else. Make up some shit where it's entertaining to watch. I'm sorry, being what you are isn't entertaining to watch unless you doing you is what's entertaining. Now, you sucking a dick, that's not entertaining. I don't care. Unless you roll that way. Then if that's entertaining, then great, gay porn for you. If you're into transgenderism, great for you. I can't relate to that shit, so I'm not gonna want to watch it.
They
right?
have whole sections on porn sites for that. You don't need
exactly. There's whole sections. It's not the whole thing. So with that being said, it doesn't matter what you are, where you come from, what you prefer. As long as the story is on point, that's all that matters. And when you forget about the story, then all you have left is an agenda and a whole bunch of frustration and hate. That's it. And no one cares. That's depressing. I might as well just kill myself. So, yeah.
All right, completely off subject. What do you like? What would you consider a she-male? Like, is that like a tranny or what?
Yeah, I mean, usually that'd be a tranny.
Oh, so we had tranny porn way before trans were a thing then.
Yeah, because they considered it she-male. Yeah, it was.
Oh, okay.
I mean, literally, like
chicks with dicks, or
like pre-op trannies are what we saw back in the day as she-males.
Huh?
Pretty much chicks
Go
with
fucking
dicks.
figure.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? They never got that much hate.
If a man decide, because
Well, see, here's the thing, though.
I mean, they got hate, obviously, but I mean, it's
that's because that was a niche, mostly like labeled to like porno sites and kinks. It wasn't something that was being trying to force as a absolute character trait in mainstream media. Like, it wasn't just like, oh yeah, this is she-male man.
Dog, if that was a fucking superhero, I would never do crime.
Whose power is if you do crime, they come through and fuck your kids. Actually, you know what? I'll take that back because that'd be some deterrent ass shit for us.
There'll be no crime.
No crime.
For us that care and don't want to be Instagram famous, that would deter all crime.
That'll be one of those days like, that'd be the best shit ever. Hey, kid, you better be good. Oh, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna go out there and commit a crime, and she-male man gonna come get you.
Oh, God. But I honestly...
Everyone be straight A students and shit. You don't be skipping school.
Hell no.
Dad's gonna run a red light again. I'm gonna get fucked.
Hey, look, that's gonna stop gun violence.
Gun control is not gonna fix it.
She-male man will.
Yeah, straight shit. But honestly, to tell you the truth, I don't think it's those people in particular. I think it's the people that quote unquote represent them. Again, it's all about manipulation. Because technically being gay and being bisexual and being straight, those are all sexual preferences. Those aren't considered technically different like the LGBTQ is represented.
I'm gonna throw out one more hot take here real quick.
What's up?
That I feel like the people that exploit transgender and gays and try to push those agendas actually care less about them than us who really don't care in the first place.
Yeah.
Because they're literally using them and their identity as a person to try to make money for themselves because they think someone out there wants to see that happening. They don't care about getting that point across. They want to make money. And they're doing it on the backs of ostracized people. Because if someone wants to feel normal in this world, most people don't give a fuck about you if you're normal. Mm-hmm. So if they really wanted to feel normal, they would just absorb into society to try and be pushed through. that's either they want to feel special or someone wants to make money off of them.
You know what's funny? You take what you just said now. Let's take it back about 10, 15 years ago. Actually, we're old now, so we gotta go a little further than that. About 20 or so, 20, 25 years ago. What you're saying is actually describing how they treated black folks.
I was going to use the word blaxploitation.
Yep. But this is transploitation.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same thing. They're pushing them into a certain thing to try to make money off them. They don't care about these people. They really don't. They pretend that they do, and they'll tell you that they do to your face, but they don't.
You can't convince me they do. Because if you did, you wouldn't hang them out to dry like they Jesus.
No, you're making them martyrs in a world that's not trying to make them martyrs. That if they were left alone, people really wouldn't care, and they might get to live a semi-normal life. They probably meet someone who would love them for them in a certain way, etc., etc. But by putting them at the forefront, you're literally exposing them to both the people that want them to be martyrs and the people that hate them more than anyone else has done. And that's not making someone normal. That's making someone a spectacle. That's the same as putting someone in a freak show at the carnival, like a bearded woman.
Oh, yeah, they're not freaks anymore.
I mean, that's what but that was because the bearded woman show went out of style. There's not carnivals with bearded women as a freak show anymore. It's not being put at the forefront. That is not weird anymore because no one fucking cares anymore.
Yeah, no.
Like, once that was no longer at the forefront of the freak show, and there just happened to be women with beards, people stopped giving a fuck.
You know,
and they could start living their lives more easily. When they were the center of attraction, when their face was up on a billboard for a fucking circus, anyone who happened to be a woman that was growing a beard in fucking society was expected to be part of that fucking freak show.
Nah.
They'd be like, oh, that looks like the bitch in the circus. But once it was let go and circuses stopped being as popular, those same freaks, I mean, it doesn't have to be a bearded woman, it could be many other things, but once it stopped being put out as specifically this is their whole identity, that's a midget, that's a bearded woman, once that stopped being put out there as the forefront, people stop caring because people really live their own lives and don't give a fuck for the most part.
Yeah, so you took the words right out of my mouth. I was gonna say the average person just does not give a fuck. Like
you want to be gay, you can be gay. If you're a midget, I don't fucking like. Why should I judge you because you were born that way?
Like I will tell you right now, I'm just throwing these numbers out here. About 8% of society does not give a fuck. 10% gives a fuck one way. 10% gives a fuck the other way. Majority of people, they just don't give a fuck.
80% don't give a fuck. Exactly. 10% are fucking butthurt. 10% want to push.
10% think words are violence.
Oh my fucking god, that's neither here nor there. Deplatform. But with that being that, pretty sure there's a lot more we can talk about. But there's also a lot of other subjects that we end up touching on within this that I just can't wait to get to. But that's neither here nor there. I wanted to thank you guys for listening. We're back at it. Told y'all the hiatus is over. It's on. It's popping. And new and probably improved. Hey, no, probably it is improved. Haha, same skin, different views. I'm out of here. Y'all got some closing words?
We weren't talking about porn, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.
Yeah, we're definitely talking about tracker chip.
Tracking chip on cats, and thanks for having me. I might be back in the future. I hope everyone likes it, and I'm out.
Hey, deuces. Yo, I gotta watch some of those videos though.